So, what does it really mean to be a good person or a bad one? We throw these labels around all the time, but what if they're not what we think they are? Today, we're going to dig into this really cool idea that good versus bad isn't really about morality. It's actually about your personal mentality, the very lens you use to see the world. Let's get into it. All right, take a look at these two paths. Just go with your gut. Which one are you drawn to? Okay, hold on to that thought, because that initial feeling, it's the starting point for everything we're about to uncover. So the source material we're looking at kicks things off by presenting this as a fundamental choice that pretty much everyone faces. But here's the thing, the goal isn't about finding the right answer. It's more of a tool, a way to start digging into how you tick. And let's be super clear here, this is not some kind of moral test. The whole good versus bad thing is just a setup, a framework to help us understand two totally different mindsets and ways of navigating life. It's all about perspective, not about judging anyone.
Okay, so first up, let's dive into the good person profile. This way of thinking, it's really all about the importance, the perceived value of your actions.
Yeah, this quote from the source, it just nails the whole good person mindset. There's this deep down drive to prove that what you do has greater worth. Think about what that really means. It could be about being super useful or always producing top-notch work, creating real tangible value that people can see. So to sum it up, for the good person, actions are everything. They're thought through carefully, the goal is always to show high value, and you're constantly trying to stop bad things from happening. But what's the downside? Well, when failure happens, because, it always does, it hits hard. It's not just some small setback, it feels like a huge personal failure that's tough to shake. All right, let's flip the coin and look at the other side. We're about to define the bad person, but I'm telling you right now, that label is completely misleading. This has nothing to do with being evil. It's all about something else entirely, inner resilience. And boom, here's the big twist, straight from the source. The number one characteristic of the so-called bad person isn't what they do. It's that they have the hardest and strongest personal mentality. This just completely flips the script, right? We're not talking about outward actions anymore. We're talking about their internal wiring. Okay, putting them side by side like this makes it crystal clear. See, over on the left, the good person is always looking outside for approval, driven by what their actions are worth to others. They live in fear of failure. But on the right, the bad person is looking inward. Their strength comes from their own resilient mind, which means their self-worth isn't tied to every little success or failure. And all of this, it leads us right to the core engine that's driving the whole show. Your personal mentality. This is that invisible force that really truly shapes how you see everything and everyone around you. So, what is personal mentality anyway? Well, the source calls it your unique lens on the world. Think of it like a custom pair of glasses you wear all the time. It's made up of your way of thinking, your attitudes, your core beliefs. It's not what you're looking at, it's the lens you're looking through. Okay, so we can actually break this down into 5 key pieces. You've got your cognitive frameworks, basically your mental shortcuts. You've got your values and your philosophy, the stuff you believe deep down. These things directly influence how you act and how resilient you are. And this whole system is built by outside forces, which brings us to the absolute best part. This stuff isn't set in stone. You can actually change it. So what actually builds this mentality of yours? Well, it's not just one thing, right? It's this whole mix of your own personal experiences, the culture you came from, your education, and all the people you interact with. All of these pieces come together to create that unique lens you see reality through. And honestly, this might be the most powerful takeaway from this whole thing. Your mentality, it's not permanent. It isn't some fixed personality trait you're just stuck with for life. Through being more self-aware and putting in the effort, you literally have the power to change the way you think. So, that brings us to the big finish. It's all about realizing that you're the one holding the tools. You have the power to shape your own lens. The choice really is yours. You see, the real choice was never actually about slapping a good or bad label on yourself. Those were just entry points, a way to help us see two different mindsets. The real goal here is to understand your own mental framework, to get to know the engine that guides your thoughts and your actions every single day. So here we are, right back where we started, but now things look a little different, don't they? The question isn't whether you're going to be good or bad. The real question is, now that you know you have the power to shape your own mentality, what kind of lens are you going to choose to build for yourself?